relationships can be very difficult. I mean, extremely difficult. So when you get an opportunity to learn from the mistakes that others have made so that you can enhance your own relationships, you should take that. Therefore, here are three mistakes, Will Smith actually made in his relationships. Number one, taking your eye off the ball or your eyes off the ball. Will like Jada. So Will talked to his friend Alfonso, who is Carlton on their show, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So Carlton actually took Will to the set of Jada Pinkett, and let's hear what happened when they got there.
The taping started, and then Alf was like, "Yo, that's my boy that knows her," and he sat down, and I was like, "Yo, who's that girl he's with?" I was like, the dude that was going to introduce me to Jada
crazy.
was with another girl, and I was like, "Who is
was that girl?
And it was Cherie.
Wow. He went to different
world to meet Jada and met Cherie and ended up marrying Cherie.
Did you?
You see, the problem is usually when we take our eye off the ball, that's when we create problems for ourselves. That's when situations change. This man went to this show specifically for one woman, okay? He went there to be or try to hook up with a particular woman. But then when he got there, he got distracted. He saw something that he wasn't supposed to see, or he saw something that he thought was more appealing to him, even though that was not the main reason why he was there. And a lot of us, it happens to us. We happily married. We are with a beautiful woman. We are with a handsome man. Our relationships are beautiful. We know we are hooked up with somebody. But then when we get out there, we get distracted by all the things that we see out there. All of a sudden, that cute girl at the office start making you a little bit of coffee. So all of a sudden, you start getting distracted by the situation. And you forget that you're actually married. You step out there, you go to the clubs, you see a girl there, and you're thinking, oh, she's beautiful, she's this and all that. And you forget that you got a wife at home. You step out there, a man is nice to you, and you forget that you got a husband or a boyfriend at home. And you get distracted easily. And the moment we get distracted, the moment, we lose sight of what is important to us, the moment we forget why we are in a relationship with the next person, why we are there, why we do what we do, it gives room for us to make mistakes. It gives room for things to change, because that's how most things start. Because he went there, and if he had stuck to his plans, if he had, stuck to the main reason why he was there, which was to meet a particular woman, then his life would have been a bit easier. But he went there, even though he knew why he was there, he got distracted by another woman, and then he changed his entire plan. And some of us do that. We meet another person and we think, oh, she's so awesome. Oh, he's so awesome. And then we change our entire plan. We don't care abandoning our kids. We don't care abandoning our whole situation. We leave the house. We'll do whatever it is that we think we have to do. And we will move on. But 90% of the time, these things do not end well. And it's not because, we felt a strong attachment to this other person, not a strong feeling. It's just because we got distracted. There was a distraction and we were taken away from our main focus, which is the biggest problem. So we have to ensure that we are focused all the time. We keep our eye on the ball all the time. Number two, doing something about our feelings. A lot of times we do feel for somebody. We know deep within our bones how we feel around this person, how we want this person. And we play silly games. Let's hear what Will had to say anyway.
We had all of these near misses, and every time we saw each other, it was always a beautiful energy.
Right.
The real time was probably, I think Dwayne and Tisha had a thing at the baked potato.
Yep.
And we sat down at the baked potato.
And talked.
And we talked. There was a really unique, beautiful power.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about, lust, okay? I'm not talking about you saw a guy with I don't know, with six pack and you went crazy and I gotta have him. You saw a girl with I don't know, the biggest bum you've ever seen or the biggest hips and all these other things, and you were going crazy. That's lust. That's not what I'm talking about. Like as Will said, this was somebody he could talk to. There's somebody every time he saw her, every time he had an encounter with her, he thought it was a beautiful moment. But you see, he never acted on it. You're sitting in the office, you met this man there. And you know every time he walks around, every time he says hi to you, every time you have an encounter, you know how he makes you feel. You've been with that girl in your school. You claim you're friends, but every time you hang around this girl, how she makes you feel. In church, the guy in the choir, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But if somebody brings the best in you, if the person that you hang around, it gives you that little butterflies, if they take you to the next level, if they make the world seem like a little bit of a better place, don't miss your opportunity. Because it's easier to come up with excuses why you can't be with a person, why you can't even try. And you're like, well, I'm a female. I'm not going to go out there and then approach a man and, make them, they'll think I'm cheap and all this other stuff. No, my sister. Yes, why are you thinking, they're going to think you cheap? He's moving on. And that is your train to happiness actually moving along. Jump on it, sister. You know what I'm saying? Let us not deceive ourselves. Let us not miss our opportunity simply because, I don't know, societal pressures or whatever it is that we think. If somebody makes you feel good, again, I'm not talking lust. If somebody gives you that little joy, if somebody makes, gives you that little tingling sensation, if somebody gives you peace, if hanging around somebody, this is like your dream woman, this is like your dream man, take that opportunity, say something, let them know what it is that you feel and whether you want them or not. Let's stop pretending around the people. Because at the end of the day, they don't lose out. It's us that lose out. Again, we're not talking lust because you can always have lust for different people. That means you'll be chopping and changing all the time. And if that's your thing, then you can be in a committed relationship. And that's fine. You can do whatever you want. But if you want to be in a committed relationship, we're not talking about lust here. We're talking about something beyond that. Number 3, compromising on your happiness. The problem with a lot of us is we think by compromising on our happiness, we can make our partners happy. And that has never been the case. It never works. Because if you're unhappy, you can't make another person happy. And Will thought he was doing a similar thing. Will thought, well, I can forgo my happiness. Let's actually hear what he had to say.
I went in the bathroom at the Palm and I broke down in tears. I knew that was the woman I was supposed to be with, but I was never getting divorced.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't get divorced.
And then she divorced you.
And then Cherie filed for divorce. She hit me hard. Cherie filed for divorce on Valentine's Day.
We'll have these encounters with Jada, and he know how it made him feel, to the point that you actually go and lock yourself in the toilet to cry. But this man broke down at the notion that this is the woman I want. This is the woman of my dreams. This is the person that will take me to the next level. This is the person that will make me happy. But no, I'm not going to be with her because I've made a commitment to another woman. The woman that even initially is not what I wanted. She wasn't even the reason for me being in this place in the first instance. But because of the idea that I've made this commitment to this person, and instead of being honest with this person and going, hey, ma'am, hey, madam, hey, boy, hey, girl, I can't be with you. You're not what I really want. And instead of being honest to this woman, because of the idea of divorce, Will does not get divorced. Therefore, I'd rather, be unhappy and stay in this relationship because I don't get divorced. And most of us come up with a different type of excuses, because I go to church, therefore I can't, get divorced. Or I can break up with him because he has done A for me. I can break up with her because she has done B for me. I got kids with him, therefore, even if he's a monster beating me up and everything, I can leave him. Well, she's the mother of my kids, and therefore I can leave her, even though I do not love this woman, even though I can't stand her, even though, we haven't, been intimate in the last year or two. I'm not good enough, because the more you compromise on your happiness, people, the more miserable you're going to make your partner, the more miserable you yourself is going to be. And, unhealthy people or unhappy people breeds, unhappy environments. And most importantly, you're going to resent the person anyway. Why would you want to, put yourself through that? Why would you want to put the next man or woman through that? Because surely your partner will know if you're unhappy. So why would you want to be with somebody that you know you don't want? Why would you put yourself through that prison? Because you can't pretend forever. People, let us take some lessons from Will. He's happy now because he's got a right woman for him. Let us please focus on what you have. Do not take your eye off the ball. Number one. Number two, if you feel a certain way, do something about it. Let us not ignore our feelings. Let us not pretend our feelings do not exist. Okay, let us act on these feelings. And the third one is, please let us stop compromising on our happiness. But if you truly don't want to be with somebody anymore, they don't make you happy anymore, please, 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 let us stop doing that to ourselves and to our partners. Let us stop, creating an unhealthy environment for other people. Anyway, thank you for your time, and please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and let me know in the links below what you think and any advice that you have for people in their relationships. Peace.